Hi, I'm Saskia Dugan. I'm an avid adventurer and an action sports photographer. In this video, we're going to be putting these 5 bottles through their paces to figure out what to look for when you are in the market for a new insulated bottle. We've got the temperature test, the weight test, the speed test, and the drop test. After each test, we'll rate the bottles to see how each of them fares. You've no doubt come across some plastic waste whilst you've been out on an adventure. It's not only an eyesore on the landscape, but it's also environmentally harmful and expensive. So that's the reason for you to get one of these more sustainable bottles that will stand the test of time. First up is the Stanley Go Quick Flip. This bottle has a quick flip push button lid. It is double wall insulated and is also dishwasher safe. Next up is the Lifeventure insulated bottle. This bottle is double wall vacuum insulated with a stainless steel lid and a variety of pattern designs. Next up, we've got the Yeti Rambler, and as you can see, it's quite a beast of a thing. This bottle is puncture and rust resistant, features a triple hole handle and is also double vacuum insulated. Now we're moving on to the Dometic Thermo 90. This bottle is also dishwasher safe and double wall insulated, as well as being BPA free. Finally, we've got Blum's Explorer bottle. This bottle has a wide, sturdy base, a mold-resistant carry cord, and is fully plastic-free. Our first test is the temperature test. We filled all of these bottles up at 9 AM this morning with boiling water. It's now around 4 PM. It's been a very cold day, so we're going to find out just how well these bottles are fared. First up, we've got the Stanley. It maxed out at 40.9. Next up, we've got the Dometic, stabilised around 38.6. Third up, we've got the Yeti, sitting at 28.3 degrees. I actually can't believe that, if I'm honest. That is very disappointing. Oh my gosh. Fourth, we've got the Blum Explorer. So 43. Fifth, we've got the Lifeventure. Right, here we go. Stabilised at 45.2 degrees Celsius. So the weight of all of these depend on their capacity. Obviously, we've got quite a large range of different capacities here. So what we really want to look at is how they feel in the hand when you're carrying such a weight. So the Stanley one does have this convenient little handle here, although I imagine if you've got quite cold hands, it could be quite painful to hold after a while. It's not the smoothest or the thickest to hold, but it is a good and sturdy hold, that's for sure. Next up, the Dometic has this nifty little ring feature. That's quite nice. It has a nice swing to it if you are hiking whilst you're holding it. Again, it's still quite a hard plastic, but it definitely feels a lot softer. The Yeti comes with its triple hole hook at the top. It is lovely and comfortable to hold, and it does have a nice feel whilst you're walking along. However, one thing I would say is that it is quite easy to knock your knuckle. If you've got cold hands, that wear can be quite painful. Next up is the Blum with its mold-resistant carry cord. It is nice and easy to be able to pull in and out of a bag. However, I wouldn't recommend holding this for long periods of time as the cord is quite harsh. And finally, we've got the Lifeventure. Unfortunately, for such a large bottle, it doesn't come with a carry loop of any kind. That said, though, it is nice and thin, so it does slot into the side of a bag with great ease. For me, my personal preference would be to go with the Dometic. It's so small, yet you are still carrying a mighty 900 ml of water in there. It doesn't feel like it. The loop does just feel nice. It doesn't really get in the way. I just think for ease of use whilst you're out in the mountains, you can't really go wrong. So the next test we've got is the speed test. I'm going to be putting each of these bottles into my bag and then seeing how long it takes for me to get them out, unclipped, and drink some water. So the Stanley took just over 10 seconds. The Dometic took just over 13 seconds. The Yeti came in again quite close to the Stanley at 10.4 seconds. Oh, it's cold metal. The Blum came in at just over 11 seconds. So the Lifeventure, the winner at 10.08 seconds. So our fourth and final test is the drop test. I'm going to be taking each bottle up to the top of the ladder and dropping it from the top and see how it fares when it hits the bottom. First up is the Stanley. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Stanley's not had a good day. He has been quite mushed at the bottom. I don't think he's going to be standing straight for a while. Next up is the Dometic. Quite a gouge on the side. Again, won't really be standing straight, but I think it's going to fare a lot better. Next up is the Yeti. Scrapes along the top, a lot of that rubs off. There is a slight crimp dent in there. It's fared quite well. Next up is the Blum. Oh God. That's not gone so well. That's probably got the biggest dent of all. Definitely going to be on the one. Our last bottle is the Lifeventure. Right then. It does have quite a dent in there. The bottom is still pretty much flat, hasn't really taken all that much of an impact. It's mainly the side, nothing that's going to affect the use of the bottle. Overall, that will stand the best. Results are in. As you can see, these bottles have obviously been through their paces today, and some of them have suffered quite badly with the drop test, unfortunately. But we have our winner. The Lifeventure won the most of our tests. So the Lifeventure won the drop test, the speed test and the temperature test. I've got to say, I was quite surprised that it did win the temperature test. My overall personal favourite would be the Dometic. I found it, as I said, the most comfortable to use. But if you're just looking for an everyday bottle, I'd go with the Lifeventure. For more tips and tricks and adventure content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.